Former UN Secretary General Kofi Annan has a solution for global warming: turn grub into grub. In an interview, he said livestock is a major threat to climate and that, quote, eating insects is good for the environment and balanced diets. Now, something tells me the restaurants he frequents aren't serving grasshopper. I don't see the Four Seasons serving poached beetle. I doubt Le Cirque has cockroaches on the menu unless they fell from the ceiling. I don't think the Ritz-Carlton will be folding earwigs into their egg whites. Which leads me to my suggestion to those who say you should eat bugs or give up fossil fuels or trade in your SUV for a unicycle. You first. Climate change sanctimony creates that unique sermonizing hypocrite who wants you to live like a caveman while they live like kings. So unless you're snacking on silverfish, Kofi, stuff it. Besides, human ingenuity always proves such panic pushers wrong. In the 1970s, Paul Ehrlich predicted that the population would outstrip food supplies as the death rate from starvation would hit 200 million by the next 10 years. Others agreed, and they were horribly, horribly wrong. They must be disappointed. Proven idiots, they lacked any insight into human industry and creativity, assuming we're too dumb to adapt. So, Kofi, as much as we'd love to see you pick aphids out of your teeth, play cricket. You don't eat them. Jedediah, would you eat grub if you felt it could save the earth?
No, I would
She's
not.
a
Although my
vegetarian.
dad ate, I'm not a vegetarian. My dad ate chocolate-covered ants when he was a kid and told me that it's very tasty, so I would be willing to try that. But this is, this is
You
nothing
fell for the
new.
chocolate-covered ant trick.
No, he actually did eat them, and I would try it. Anything covered in chocolate, I would give it a go.
Did you used to be a vegetarian?
I was a vegetarian, but, the body wants what the body wants,
That's true.
as I say. So,
Exactly.
But, it does.
I think Woody Allen said that first.
It's
And it
true.
wasn't about chocolate.
It's true, but no, you make a good point about your face. You make a good point about tolerance.
I think we should go to Juan next.
No,
Just let it sit.
Juan
All right.
I can't say anything about, what she wants.
Juan,
It's up to her.
why do these people who make these suggestions always exempt themselves? Like, he's not going to go eat bugs. Kofi.
You said it. I think it's pretty funny. By the way, I hope that the Ritz-Carlton isn't calling you when the show's over. But I think this is kind of silly. I mean, look, you can say it's exotic food. As I said, I once ate scorpion in China. But my biggest experience with this recently was when Tony, my oldest son, he went to the beach one day, and so we're packing all the things in the back of the car, And here's Tony with his lollipop, and it's been on the ground, and it's covered with ant. He just picks it up.
Oh.
I'm like, what is wrong with this guy, man?
That's okay. That's roughage. Eric, you're kind of a vegetarian.
No, red meat.
He just doesn't
Red
eat
meat,
red
no,
meat.
And it turns out one of these studies that was in our discussion here is that somewhere around, well, let's put it this way, livestock account for more greenhouse gases than transportation. So all the buses and all the green cars you're trying to push, you can point to the cattle flatulence as part of the big issue. I'm glad I'm not part of the problem, therefore. But I will. Climate Depot. Have you seen this website? It goes to debunk the global warmers. They pointed out that I'm on a list. I'm actually it may have been an alphabetical list. Whatever. I'm on a list of some very influential people: the Koch brothers, George Bush, Barack Obama's of global warming deniers, and we are responsible for the death of 2 scientists that apparently are lost somewhere trying to find out if global warming really exists. So I'm aware that is a badge of honor.
Well, you never answered the man's question.
What was it? I forgot what it was.
Are you eating bugs?
No, I'm not eating bugs. No bugs.
Dana, my idea of a beetle sandwich involves Paul and Ringo, not actual beetles.
Nice.
Would you ever eat bugs?
No, I would eat beef.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, what's really sad about Anon's Global Warming Anonymous, look, if you're in Africa, if you go to Sierra Leone,
Yeah.
let me tell you something right now. They need energy.
Right.
Energy poverty is one of the biggest causes of maternal death during childbirth. It is the reason that they are not able to educate their children because they don't have any electricity. They are basically being starved.
Yeah.
And being told to eat bugs.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, he gets to fly around on private jets like Al Gore's private plane. He did this big event on climate change, and guess what they served on the plane?
What?
Beef.
Yeah, of course.
Because that's what people want to eat.
Yeah.
So find other ways to solve the global warming problem and stop starving people around the world from energy and good food. food and nutrition that can help and better their lives.
You know what? You're talking about rich privilege. These are people, rich, liberal, elitist privilege.
You get to tell other people to eat bugs.
It's not just rich liberal. It's liberals. I mean, I dated a liberal guy that had one separate set of rules for me, and then when you looked at his life, he was driving a car that, his car was broken down, and like you couldn't go 2 feet without it massively polluting the air, and he was lecturing me about the environment. So
is Eric,
typical.
let me get this straight. Eric is a rich liberal because he doesn't eat meat?
No, because
he's not.
I don't think Eric Bolling has ever told somebody else what not to eat.
Exactly right. He's a freedom guy, freedom-loving man.
Eat what you want to eat.
That's right.
Very tolerant of anything.
Yeah. Then take Beano.